Hey everybody, I'm Philip.
And I'm Justin.
And together we are Pajamas. We've made it to the last episode of season 5.
We're finally here.
Yeah. Courtesy of some crazy mad binge watching this weekend. When we last left off, as far as we know, the doctor is trapped in this prison thing, in this paradox that he was trying to stop the thing that he was the cause of, but he could have stopped it if they didn't put him in the thing, but they put him in the thing because they thought he was going to do it. I like it. We talked in the last episode. We really like it. River is possibly exploded. She was in the TARDIS. We saw the picture from Van Gogh. And Cyber Rory shot Amy. So I'm not sure how being a Cyberman works, if any of these memories are going to transfer to actual Rory, if he comes back. If he doesn't matter anyway. I'm just saying this because I'm like still 100% firm. He's coming back somehow because I want him to. So yeah, we were left on the biggest of cliffhangers. Like, holy crap. Amazing ending. The last 5 minutes were fantastic with all the villains and all his worst enemies there to consign him to the Pandarica. So we've waited a full day. We've been patient. And yeah, let's not wait any longer. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Without further ado, let's get into it. Alec on the poster.
Oh, look. Okay, kid. This is where it gets complicated.
Could do with a ridiculous miracle about now.
Rory! Listen, she's not dead. Well, she is dead, but it's not the end of the world.
How did you do that? You gave me this?
Your girlfriend isn't more important than the whole universe.
She is to me!
The Nestines took a memory print of her and got a bit more than they bargained for. Like you, not just your face, but your heart and your soul.
What are you doing?
I'm saving her. This box is the ultimate prison. You can't even escape by dying. It forces you to stay alive. Now, all it needs now is a scan of her living DNA, and it'll restore her.
Where's it going to get that?
In about 2,000 years.
What doctor?
He's in here. Left a message in my head like I'm an answer phone. Where am I?
She's going to be in that box for 2,000 years?
Yeah, but we're taking the shortcut.
Will she be safer if I stay?
Yes, obviously.
Then how could I leave her?
Why do you have to be so human?
Because right now I'm not.
The Centurion would be there, guarding it.
Rory. Oh, Rory.
Exterminate!
What's that?
Scans indicate intruder unarmed. Do you think? 2,000 years I waited for you.
Nope, so shut up.
And break. And breathe. Well, somebody didn't get out much for 2,000.
Oops, sorry.
How can you do that? Is he magic?
Leave my screwdriver in her top pocket. Right then. There you go, drink up.
What is that? How are you doing that? Where are we going?
The roof. Well, here's the noise that sun is making right now. That's my TARDIS burning up.
Huh.
That's what's been keeping the Earth warm.
Wow.
I'm sorry, my love.
So that's River.
TARDIS has sealed off the control room and put her into a time loop to save her. She is right at the heart of the explosion. Hi, honey. I'm home.
You got on your head.
It's a fez. I wear a fez now. Fezzes are cool. Oh! One spark is all we need.
For what?
Big Bang 2. Now listen.
Oh.
Would kill you stone dead.
Records indicate you will show mercy. You are an associate of the Doctor's. Mercy.
Say it again.
One more time.
Mercy.
But he was dead. Who told you that? He did. Rule 1. The Doctor lies. Where's the Dalek?
It died.
So what happens here? Big Bang 2. What happens to us?
We all wake up where we ought to be. None of this ever happens and we don't remember it. All memory of him will be purged from the universe. He will never have been born. He wants to talk to you before he goes.
Not to you.
He doesn't really know me yet. Now he never will.
There's a crack in time in the wall of your bedroom, and it's been eating away at your life for a long time now. Guess what?
What?
Gotcha.
What does it say?
Geronimo.
Beach is the best. Automatic sand.
Automatic sand?
Do not let that girl open her eyes. Later. River, gonna need your computer.
You need to start trusting me. It's never been more important.
But you don't always tell me the truth.
If I always told you the truth, I wouldn't need you to trust me. The Doctor and Amy Pond and the days that never came.
You're my mum. Oh my God, you're my mum.
Well, of course I'm your mum. What's the matter with you?
I fear I may have been using the same joke book as the best man.
You're my tiny little dad.
Amelia, why are you behaving?
Do you feel like there's a great big thing in your head and you feel like you should remember it, but you can't?
Yeah.
Or are you just saying yes because you're scared of
Yeah.
me? Love you.
You're crying.
Why am I doing that?
Because you're happy, probably. Happy, Mrs. Rory.
I'm really, really sad.
Great.
You I would. That's why you told me the story. The brand new ancient blue box. Oh, clever.
Something old. Something new. Something borrowed. Something blue.
Hello, everyone. I'm Amy's imaginary friend.
You absolutely, definitely may kiss the bride.
Amelia, from now on, I shall be leaving the kissing duties to the brand new Mr. Pond.
I'm not Mr. Pond. Are you married, River?
Are you asking?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you think I was asking you to marry me or asking if you were married?
Yes.
Who are you?
You're going to find out very soon now. But that's when everything changes.
TARDIS exploded for a reason. Something drew the TARDIS to this particular date and blew it up. Why?
Yep.
And why now? The side.
I think it's goodbye. Do you think it's goodbye?
Definitely goodbye.
Goodbye!
Time travel, man.
Yeah.
There are no rules. I will say, I am glad that what they said at the end. Because I was like, in the back of my head, I'm like, okay, but then he said something drew the TARDIS here. Silence is still there. It's still out there. Yay. I have my mystery thing. It wasn't all fixed. Because that's what we were talking about the last episode, that what's bigger than what's going on? What made it happen? Like what drew the Doctor there and the Pandarica and all of it. So something that can control the TARDIS in addition to everything else. So that's cool that is still a big question mark. I'm pleased with that. And overall, that was a
It was fantastic.
Yeah, it was a good way to end the season. Lots of back and forth. This here and that there, and then this here and that there, move to here and go to here, and disappear to here and go to here, and this and there, and that and there, and a Dalek. But I thought that it did good as far as making sense of everything that was going on in the last one, because we're just like, whoa, there's so much. And
it's like you said, time travel, it complicates things.
Yeah. Like, it's hard to, like, because then you have Amy in it, and Amy has this ability to, because the universe is pouring into her head for so long, that she can just remember things into existence. So
that takes solipsism to a whole new level.
Yeah. But I'm glad that she is indeed the most important person in the universe, because it's essentially it's her universe that she's building around her. So at least we didn't have the the red herring that we had with Donna, where Donna was the most important thing in the universe, and then she became Dr. Donna, and then her brain was frying, and then she forgot everything. So important. Here, yeah, Amy was. Because in the end, she brought the doctor back. So I'm happy that there were adequate payoffs.
She was basically a goddess thinking everything into existence.
Yeah. I've theorized before that I felt like Stephen Moffat was redoing what RTD did, but showing him how it should have been done in some ways, which might piss some RTD fans off. I'm an RTD fan. I think he's very good at writing stories. I think, other than writing the Doctor poorly, which I'll always stand by, I think RTD did situations and breadcrumbs, as I've said before many times, and those seeds and all that really, really well. But I think that Stephen Moffat has a really, really fantastic imagination. Because we talked, if there are cracks in every universe everywhere, how do you wrap that up? And, you know, the Doctor flies the Pandarica into the sun, which is the TARDIS exploding. Awesome. I love the idea that it made sense. Inside the Pandarica would be like sealed that bit of the universe intact. So when it exploded, and the TARDIS was exploding everywhere in all universes simultaneously. If you fly the Pandarica in there and explodes, then all those particles are going to go everywhere at the same time and reignite everything. That's so fucking cool. Like, that's such a interesting and smart way to solve the problem. I mean, it is a little like the Doctor explodes in the thing, and then, like, I don't, how can I word it? It's just fascinating that Amy can bring anything back if she remembers it. I wonder how that's going to come into play in the future. Because River said, "You're going to see me very soon." So, he asked her, who are you? And she says, "You're going to see me very soon, but I'm sorry. Everything is going to change." It's like, okay, I'm all for the River seasons. Or season, whatever. I've said from the beginning, I am 100% ready. And they're intimating hard that she's married to the Doctor, which we'll see if they can pull the trigger on this one. Because if River does get her own season or seasons, they've built her up to be this very dominant, like, on par with the Doctor character. And
it's exactly what he needs. Someone who is his equal.
Yeah. Not like a trinket or a pet or a little, not that the companions feel like that, but, the Doctor is the Time Lord, and he's bringing humans along. So at best, it's a novelty.
There's a clear hierarchy.
Yeah. But River also said, when she saw the 10th Doctor, she said, "This is the youngest I've ever seen you." So I'm thinking whoever is after Matt Smith is older. So I'm thinking the next season, not the next season, but the next Doctor is an older Doctor, and the next companion is River. Based on the clues. But I don't want Matt Smith to go yet. And I don't want Rory or Amy to go yet. Like, don't Don't be like a Donna thing where I'm just finally comfortable with something and then you take it from me. Granted, we'll get River, possibly, and a new doctor, but will this new doctor be like grumpy old man? Will he be just curmudgeonly? Will he be, pain in the ass? And River has to constantly put him in check. We'll see. It took me to episode 8. Well, about episode 7, then going back and editing, as I said, in the mid-season thing, to get comfortable with this. And I'm 100% comfortable with the show now. So just let me have it for at least one more season. Give me season 6 with Matt Smith and Amy and Rory. Also, Rory's not dead. Yay. I didn't think it was going to happen like that. I didn't know how it was going to happen.
But it happened.
Yeah. I'm saying that, I'm like, well, if I had to bring him back, how would I do it? And I couldn't, because to me, I was, when I was theorizing, I theorized that it was like when Thanos snapped his fingers, when everyone went to another plane of existence. Sorry, all the, my mouth condition is acting up big time. That when the crack was fixed, everyone would be freed or returned. Well, they kind of were. Everyone woke up and they were where they were meant to be, but no one would remember. And interesting that Rory remembered when the TARDIS landed. He's like, it's the Doctor. How can we forget the Doctor? I was like, okay, so you remember too now. All right.
She thought into existence his remembrance, his memory of the Doctor.
Yeah. But if everything was rebooted, that means that the Sontarans, the Daleks, the Cybermen, Sitherac, Draconians will not remember. All becoming the super evil friends and trapping the Doctor.
It would have been quite an intergalactic historical event.
Yeah.
And I suppose, yes, it was when it happened.
Whenever I see an episode and I'm like heaping praise, I'm like, could I have nitpicked anything? Is there any nitpicks that I have? And not especially. I think River being at the wedding, like, I get why. But I guess I could have just, I can't say they could have done a better job with Amy's ability. Because they spent an entire fucking episode last time showing how powerful her ability to conjure things was. The first one, she was looking around the wedding and seeing like the bow tie and the suspenders. I was like, is this all another machination? Did she conjure all of this too? Like, is this another just invented Fantasyland?
Something in her subconscious is trying to tell her something.
Yeah, that's what it was. So then River shows up and gives the book, and the TARDIS book. So it's kind of like, okay. And I don't have a problem with it at all. But if I was going to nitpick, I would maybe like the bridge to bring the Doctor back could have been, because it did such a good job of explaining everything and tying up all the loose ends. So maybe a little too easy?
Well, when people remember something but then forget it, well, it's not necessarily gone, it's buried somewhere in the mind.
Yeah.
And so that's how she was able to make it work, even though she thought everything back, not only things that she remembered, but also things that she didn't remember but were still locked up inside. Like that one thing that when you think of trying to remember something when you were very young, but don't remember, but think very, very hard until finally, yes, you remember now. That sort of thing.
I'm just saying they could have executed bringing the Doctor back. Maybe a little different.
Well, I thought that it was a very sly way for it to be like this, like the thing, something blue. And well, the TARDIS is definitely something blue, and here's the blue book.
You just like it because it was the wedding phrase.
I thought that it was a cute touch, but I thought I liked it that you only saw her at the window glancing.
Yeah.
That was definitely appropriate because, well, she didn't remember her yet. So it would have been much more appropriate for it to be that way instead of her walking in.
No. What I'm saying is River walks by, all of a sudden the book is on the table. Then after that she remembers and the TARDIS is there. I think you could have added 5 more minutes to that scene and kind of made it a little richer. If that makes sense. Like, I have no problem at all with how it carried out, and I know exactly what you mean, and then using the wedding phrase and all that. I just think everything else was so rich with like, wow, that the resolution deserved to be just as wow. It was good. It was very good. So it's not a negative at all. It's just like a what if. If I could nitpick anything, I would choose that. Am I nitpicking it? No, not in reality. But if I was to think of like, well, everything was so strong that it felt kind of like it just kind of just coasted to the finish line instead of driving straight through it. But it still crossed the finish line.
Yeah.
So no complaints. If that makes sense. It's a theoretical nitpick. You know? So if I had to choose, that would be mine. But I'm not going to because I don't have a problem with it.
Shall we go to the notes?
Sure. The last notes of season 5. Commencing. They are just as long as the last episode.
Philip's notes.
So we start off with a flashback from the last episode. And then the line that completely flew over my head, I didn't think until they said it here, was the doctor saying, everyone knows what's inside the Pandarica except me. Why don't I know? Because you're the only one that can't know, because it's you that's got to be in it. Like, that was a clever way to, the doctor is always like, I know everything, you know, this kind of thing. I didn't pick up on it last episode, so I'm glad that they played it again. I was like, oh, knowing what I know now. Ahaha.
Yes, it wasn't him simply being smug. It was actually very vital to the story, it turned out.
Yeah. And then we go 1894 years later, and Amelia is praying to Santa. Something we did not address in the first one. And I'm really ashamed that I didn't. But I was, God, the Tenet cloud over my entire being was so heavy. As some of you know, that I couldn't see a lot of cool shit. That's why I made the mid-season video, because I just felt like I did the first half of the season disservice. I was like, she's praying to Santa. I remember somebody asked me, like, do people in America do that? I'm like, no. Usually we write lists to Santa. But she was praying to Santa.
Well, when you really think about it, he sees you when you're sleeping, knows when you're awake, constantly watching you, knows everything that you have done, and is determining if you're good enough to get a reward or not.
Yeah.
Does this sound like any particular being that you may have heard of?
There you go. There you go. I could say something that would just piss so many people off. We'll move on. So then Amelia is painting. She paints the moon with the stars. But there are no stars. And the child psychologist or whatever was there, the therapist. And it's all just a story. There are no stars. Then they're worried about her joining a star cult. I thought that was cool.
Yes.
That was clever. Then we go to Night at the Museum. The doctor throws a pamphlet with some writing, go here. And she does. And then he's like, stay. And she does. Like, she could have been kidnapped. Like, why was there not more urgency? Like, where is Amelia? Holy crap, she was just here. This is the beginning of another movie. Like, my child was kidnapped at the museum. But then the Pandarica opens because she put her hand on it, so it opens. And Amy is inside.
Yes.
And we're both just like, huh?
Yes, because the last time that we saw it opened, the doctor was in it.
And Amy was dead.
Yes.
So, we have this cool, like, the doctor shows up because Rory is with Amy outside. And doctor shows up, disappears. Gives her the sonic screwdriver, says put it in her, top pocket when you're done. Rory goes down, opens up the Pandarica. Doctor's in the Pandarica, we're like, and he's all, how did you do that? That was clever. Like, the doctor fixed the problem, but he doesn't know he fixed the problem yet because he's still in the Pandarica. But future doctor fixed the problem for past doctor and Rory to take care of.
Time travel.
Yeah, exactly. And normally I find time travel to be problematic sometimes. Ironically, as we watch a show about it. But no, I mean, like in some movies, it's really, we've talked before in others and stuff where the time travel just doesn't seem to make sense, but it's time travel. But all the time travel here made sense. And I appreciate that. And then the doctor has Rory bring Amy down to put her in the Pandarica because the Pandarica forces you to stay alive. It's like immortality. There you go. Just to be trapped in a box. I'm in a box anyway. If there's a 2-seater Pandarica, I'll sign up. And we found out that it opened because the Pandarica just needed a scan of her DNA, which was Amelia. I was like, like when the pieces started like falling into place, I was really enjoying the story kind of just weaving in and kind of fixing itself as it was going. Then we find out the thing that River was the vortex manipulator that she had. That's why it came into play. That's why it was so important. And he's using that to travel back and forth. But it sounded like it was very addicting. Like, don't use it too much or it's bad.
I can see that happening.
And then the doctor talks about how, basically says that Amy's remembrance powers are so potent that she not only brought Rory back into existence, but his heart and his soul. Even though he's still a plastic thing. And then they put Amy in the Pandarica. And Rory stands guard for 2,000 years. The Centurion. How sweet is that?
It's adorable.
Yes. So Amy, now stop being mean to Rory. Ugh. Probably one of my favorite bits was when they were in the museum and the doctor's going back and forth. He's going back to Rory, then back to the museum, back to Rory again, back to the museum, back to Amelia, takes her drink, goes back to them, gives Amelia her own drink because she said she was thirsty. That bit was good. Like the whole part, I'm just like,
It's good. He remembered that she said that she was thirsty.
But he brought her own drink.
Yes.
That's awesome. That whole like sequence, tying back to the beginning, and then back to the present, then back to the past, and back to the present. It worked so well. So well written.
Amazing multitasking.
Because then, future Doctor shows up, and he's dying. And he whispers something into present Doctor's ear. So... And then we find out that the universe is collapsing. And everyone there is an anomaly caught in the eye. And pretty soon they will all cease to exist if it keeps undoing everything, undoing history. But at the same time, we have a Dalek running around, causing mischief because some light from the Pandarica hit the Dalek, bringing it back. Which then tells the Dalek, like, oh, we can ignite things that, okay.
Yes.
So yeah, ironic that the Dalek of all things helped the Doctor save all universes in the end.
Something dedicated to destruction was very vital to the creation of something.
Yeah, of everything.
Very interesting.
Yeah, creation of everything.
How ironic.
Big Bang 2. And as we talked about, the sun is the TARDIS because it exploded. It's been heating the Earth this entire time. That's cool.
Yes, it also explains that, well, if there are no stars, then what would they have said that the sun was? And, well, that explained it.
Yeah.
Because that isn't even the sun. That's the TARDIS.
Yeah. Very cool. And then I said before that River had exploded, possibly, because we didn't know. But no, she was stuck in a time loop, and the TARDIS did that to save her. I like it. It works. And then we find out that it was the Dalek that killed the Doctor that we saw. River tells Rory and Amy, you go to the Doctor, I'll be right with you. And her face at that moment was awesome. I was like, oh shit. Like we get like jokey, flirty River, but we had like gonna fuck some shit up River.
Yes.
Now, because then the Dalek's like, Mercy. Say it again. Mercy. One more time. It's like, oh, yes, be still my beating heart. Love it. It killed the man she loves in that sequence of things. So of course, just to hear her just go stone and be like, okay, it's on. She's like, you're not done repowering, powering yourself up. But if I shoot you here, yeah, I like River. God, I was writing so fast. I apologize to my patrons for my writing in this one too. There's so much going on. We find out that if the Pandarica is thrown into the sun, to the TARDIS exploding, as we said, it will explode at every moment in history. But then we find out that when it happens, because, well, they ask, what will happen to us? And we find out that they'll all wake up where they're meant to be, but they won't remember any of it. It's like Donna on a huge scale.
Yes.
Because then the Doctor will be trapped. All memory of him is purged. He'll never have existed. So if he didn't exist...
What about all of those other times when the Earth was invaded?
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I was like, what about the Suntarans and the Daleks and the Daleks and the Daleks and the Daleks and the Cybermen and the Daleks and the Daleks and the Sithrak and the Daleks and the Daleks and the Draconians and the Daleks and the Daleks? What about...
We actually did get a view of what it would have been like without the Doctor when Donna was the companion.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Actually, at least I would think, hypothetically, it should have reverted, yes, to as if things had gone that way, but with the Doctor also not existing, which means that they would have had to have woken up, but in that scenario.
Right, yeah. The Doctor wants to say goodbye to Amy. And she's like, and she's talking to River, and she says, not you. River says, he doesn't really know me yet. And now he never will. It's like, ugh. But in talking with the Doctor, where when you lived in that big house by yourself, where were your parents? Where was your aunt? Where were all these figures? And we find out the crack ate away at her life. Her parents, everything. Was like, that's crazy. But it was just erasing.
Yes.
All these things.
Bit by bit, it was getting bigger and eating away everything, like what it did do when it would crack all the way open and suck things in.
Mm-hmm. And then the Doctor, goes into the explosion, writes Geronimo. And then we're watching his life unravel. All the experiences he's had with Amy being in reverse. He's trying to talk to her. I love that in, I think it was Flesh and Stone, when the Doctor goes, Amy, later, and goes away, but then comes back to talk to her. It was this Doctor.
Yes.
That's so good. Yay, seed planted that we didn't even see, and it grew. And when seeds sprout, it's a wonderful thing. We end up at where they met, Amelia's house. And
that was sweet.
Yeah, we find out, he says it's the Doctor and Amy Pond and the days that never came. So much aw in this episode. So then we see River at the wedding. As you said, we see her briefly out the window, and then the TARDIS book just shows up on the table. Kind of like a Starbucks cup in Game of Thrones. And it's empty because Doctor hasn't existed. She needs to fill the pages, so to speak. And then Amy starts crying, much like she did when she remembered who Rory was. Because she was crying because she was happy, but didn't know why. Why am I crying? Now she's crying because she's sad and doesn't know why. I like that reversal. And then she starts remembering him into existence. And the whole wedding thing and all that. I love the part. I love how Moffat handles this stuff. Imagine this scene written by Russell T Davies. Doctor goes back in the TARDIS, opens the door, comes out wearing a tuxedo. And the companion says, "You may definitely kiss the bride." He goes, boom. Yes. Also, Amy, stop it. Your new husband is right there.
Imagine explaining this, though, to the wedding guests, that this appeared out of nowhere. Yes, by the way, my imaginary friend that somehow all of you know of, one would think that one wouldn't brag to other people. Oh, by the way, my daughter has an imaginary friend. Well, of course she does. She's at this age.
Yeah, I had them.
And, well, somehow all of them are familiar with this seemingly mundane detail. And, well, it turns out that he is real. And here he is. Now let's continue with the wedding celebration.
Yeah.
It's going to probably take a while to explain how this TARDIS magically appeared. Oh, and also explaining what a TARDIS is.
It kind of goes back into the last 10 minutes could have used 5 more minutes to flush out what I said about the book and River, and then what you just said. Yeah. Just like, hey, everybody, this is my imaginary friend who wasn't imaginary. This is a spaceship. Mm-hmm. Et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, like it goes, it's kind of like Again, nothing wrong with how it played out, but
Random humor.
There's things in there that could have been improved upon, I think.
Well, at least they welcomed him as part of the party.
Yeah. I just like that the doctor shut her down. I don't like this. Like in the last little bit, it was just like Amy's just bossing, domineering. Hello, Mr. Pond. Which I don't have a problem with that. You want to take your wife's name, totally cool. I don't. You know me and weddings and my feelings on them. I could do an entire video. Maybe we will one day. My feelings on weddings and my whole. It's I'm not gonna go there. But it's just obviously Amy's the dominant personality in the relationship. But also, Rory's been the lovelorn, puppy who's been like, I love you, love me back, please love me back, please love me back. So when she hugs him and stuff in the Dreamlord episode, he's like, oh my God, thank you. And I was like, you're already fucking engaged to her. Like, it just reminded me of that, but like a lot more blunt. So I hope that, I liked that it was there, but it was like had a soft edge to it. This was like a sharp sword. So I hope we go back to the soft edge a little bit with it. Like, I don't mind Amy being the dominant personality in the relationship and Rory being the submissive one. I don't mind that at all. But it almost came off as her being mean. Like, are you just saying yes because you're afraid of me? That's not good. That's not healthy. But I won't go down that path. And then he has a conversation with River. Who are you? And you'll find out very soon and all that. And then, as we started this entire video with, find out that something drew the TARDIS to that point. Silence is still out there.
Yes.
Yay. It still exists. Yay. Yay. So, I'm hoping there's also a long game for that as well. And that is all for my notes. Everything else, or for my patrons over on Patreon. A satisfying conclusion to Season 5, if I do say so myself.
I agree.
Any other thoughts on the season in total, I'll say for Medal Ceremony, which will be coming up soon-ish. I don't think it's going to take me that long to make my picks this time. I think I could probably look through it now and probably pick my initial ones and then put them in order. Like with Season 3, it took us a month to really just, because the season was so damn, and even I think Season 4 took us like 2 weeks, 3 weeks to fine tune, I think. I could probably do Medal Ceremony for the season next weekend. Like we could do Medal Ceremony and the Christmas episode.
Possibly.
So I'm going to work on that this coming week. Because I'm excited for the Christmas one. I'm excited for Season 6. I'm glad everyone is staying along for the ride. I hope nothing happens on the Christmas one that proves me wrong. That would suck. But if it doesn't, I look forward to more adventures with Amy and her boys into Season 6. 100% on board with Matt Smith as the Doctor. I love his portrayal of him, of the character, a lot.
He's cute.
He just brings us like this aloof, adorable, quirky alien
charm.
Yeah, exactly, to it. And I'm here for it. And as long as they don't lean into Amy being bossy and domineering, if they just keep doing it like they were, then yeah, I look forward to Season 6. If they don't, they make her super obnoxious, well, get ready. All right, Demi Moore, is there anything else you'd like to add about this episode?
No.
All right. Well, that's going to close the book on Season 5 for us until Medal Ceremony. So, yeah. Very interesting ride, but we'll talk more about that in the Medal Ceremony. So until then, I don't have a fancy outro, so I'll simply say thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Until then, goodbye.
Goodbye.